Israel says it has struck Iranian military sites in Syria, calling it a major operational effort. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the attack prevented a pending drone strike by Iranian forces. But a Syrian military official says those missiles were intercepted from Damascus. CGTN's Alaa Ebrahim has more.
On Sunday ended a long night of anxiety here in Damascus after Israel launched a missile strike near the Syrian capital the night before. And though attacks by Israel on Syria are not uncommon, this one was different. For starters, Israel immediately acknowledged the attack and specified the target as Iranian militias operating in the small town of Aqraba near the international airport, saying the forces were preparing for a drone attack against Israel. A senior military source tells CGTN the attack went on for 20 minutes and was carried out using missiles launched from Golan, the southwestern province of Syria that Israel has occupied since 1967, and not from Lebanese airspace as Israel has done before. The same source went on to say that the attack was carried out using 3 waves of missiles against 3 groups of targets. One of them was actually near Damascus International Airport. The Syrian army issued a statement shortly after the attack, saying its aerial defenses managed to intercept most of the attacking Israeli missiles, preventing them from reaching their targets. Meanwhile, 300 kilometers to the north, the Syrian army continues to clear areas it had captured from rebels in the past few days after taking the strategic town of Khan Sheikhoun and imposing a de facto siege on a Turkish military observation post in the small town of Morok, north of the country. The fate of that Turkish military observation post remains unclear, as it will be the topic of discussions between Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin in Moscow next week. So far, the Syrian army has stalled its operation in northern Syria aimed at taking the last rebel stronghold across the country, which is Idlib province. Turkey is becoming more and more involved in the Syrian conflict. Sources in the Syrian Democratic Forces, the mainly Kurdish militias controlling northeastern Syria, tell CGTN that the US has informed them that plans to establish a safe zone between Turkey and Syria along the Syrian-Turkish borders is well underway, according to our sources who are quoting the US in this regard. The safe zone, the planned safe zone, will go for 70 kilometers along the Syrian-Turkish borders and will be 14 kilometers deep inside Syrian territories, aimed at appeasing Turkey, as it will put the Kurdish militias at distance from the borders with Turkey, as Turkey has for long worked against these Kurdish groups. Alaa Ebrahim, CGTN, Damascus.